annoying. We've barely started high school and already they're making us play at a volleyball rally?
Behind us is those two students we saw in that earlier cutscene.
And why are they pitting us against the teacher team? Kamoshida's gonna crush us. We get to see his technique live and in person, though. We should totally get spiked on. Yeah, okay. You're gonna get your face smashed in. Just look at how banged up the volleyball team is. What the hell goes on during their practices?
Well, at least some people know. Kind of.
Okay, quiet down.
That's our cue.
Nice toss!
Yeah! Man, you still got it, coach.
Thanks. Let's go for one more.
All right.
Still sticks out. Hasn't changed a bit.
Pretty boring.
Right?
So apparently they know each other.
Sorry. Hey, are you all right? Someone, take him to the nurse's office.
He'll pay soon enough.
All right, let's resume the match.
I broke my student's nose, but the school's still gonna cover for me.
That asshole's acting like a king over here, too. Get to know each other better, my ass. It's just a one-man show for him to stroke his ego. Oh, and how he acted like he was worried about Mishima. Oh, what an abusive D-bag. Well, anyways, now's our chance to go look for the guys we saw were slaves yesterday. Let's look for the faces we saw at the castle. All the members of the team should be here today. I'll be sure to find someone to spill about Kamoshida's physical abuse. Just you wait, asshole. The first one that popped out was a guy from Class D, so let's start from there. That's your class.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Hopefully you can get him to talk without any issues. People have been avoiding me lately, so... Oh, but you're kind of in the same boat, huh?
Yeah, both of us are gonna have, I suppose, disadvantage on our persuasion checks. And we have unlocked fast travel! I don't want to use it yet, though, because I would definitely like to show off some of the dialogue at school. There's unique dialogue during the volleyball rally, but yeah, here we can basically go anywhere we've already been before in the school. But before we do anything else, though, remember this vending machine right here. That vending machine right here is one of the Holy Trinity vending machines in Tokyo. I mean, he is an Olympic medalist. I get why people would be excited to see him. And, no, that last sentence, no. Yeah, he talks to the girls on the team a lot. That is not suspicious at all. Oh, yeah, it's always lucky when you get to go home early because, yeah, other stuff's going on. So Kamoshida's like going up against every student team in the school. It's like the tournament of big gold medalist adult versus kids. literally beating up on children to make himself look good. Yeah. So, something that you should definitely know regarding Persona 5 is that college recommendations are a very big deal in Japan. Very, very big deal. Part of why high school exams are just such absolute hell is because you need to get excellent scores to get into a good university, and the moment that you get into a good university, you are pretty much guaranteed stable lifetime employment. So that is why getting a college recommendation is so important to these people, and why they would go through the abuse for it. Because from what I hear, like, at Japanese university, you really don't need to work hard at all. Like, it pretty much doesn't matter how well you do in university. All that matters is you're simply at a good university, and, like, the top companies just recruit directly from there. Hey, it's Newspaper Club member, again, one of the only sympathetic students in this whole school.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's lucky that the newspaper club's even survived at all, though I'm guessing at this point it's been forced to just put out Kamoshida propaganda.
What? Are you skipping out on the volleyball rally? I guess I expected from you, Transfer.
Hey, that's the guy who was over at that castle.
You too, Sakamoto? What do you guys want? It's from practice. What does that have to do with anything?
Yes, and who was your coach during practice?
Kamoshida did it to you, right? Look, I ain't gonna tell anyone you squealed. Just tell us about how Kamoshida's abusing you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not. You guys are talking complete nonsense.
Don't try and hide it. We already know.
You know? You have proof.
We're working on that right now, actually.
Well,
This is ridiculous. Please, leave me alone. You're really bothering me.
Yeah, unfortunately, seeing figments of somebody's imagination while inside their own mind isn't exactly admissible evidence.
all right, that's enough. Come on, let's go. That injury ain't normal, and he still won't fess up.
So that's a scene that again, it's been ages since I played the vanilla game, but I suspect that was not voiced in the vanilla version.
Crap. If we keep going at this pace, the ball game's gonna end. Guess that'd be faster. I'll check the practice building for people before clubs start. You handle the classroom building. There's a third year on the volleyball team that I remember. I think he's in 3C? He was getting beat pretty badly at the castle. He might have some injuries here, too. Anyways, I'll hit you up if I find anything. See ya.
Okay, so third years are on the first floor. Suzui, who's that? Private lessons. Well, maybe she'll be our star witness here. Okay, so Mishima knows stuff, apparently. Yeah, don't worry, we're not gonna get you in trouble. But hey, we like you, newspaper girl. So, yeah, this is not fully gone into at this point, but Ann is a quarter white, and a lot of the rumors circulating about her, particularly about her being sexually active, and also the shunning that she gets, it is a form of racism. Well, I wonder if our, infamous, reputation might actually be an advantage. We can maybe try and intimidate some of these people, but that won't really do us much good. So yeah, down here is where the third years are. Oh, there's,
Yeah?
Ann and that girl.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know they're good friends. Good to know there's somebody in this school who isn't racist. Ah, right, you've got injuries too. How did you immediately go to Kamoshida? That's suspicious. Well, I mean, we saw it firsthand, but I mean, he's not going to believe that.
Uh-huh, sure.
Well, did you have more success? Yeah. Okay, first year. That's actually kind of a good idea. So, messages. Messages, they're a mechanic that's actually more tied to Confidants, but there are some plot-based text messages too. Now remember this, only the 50 most recent chat threads will be saved. In the original vanilla version, you could potentially lose side quests due to the 50 text limit, but I don't think that's really true anymore. But yeah, we can press the square button to check our IM, and these are the only messages we have right now, just the plot-based ones. But yeah, it's not really the time to think about that at the moment. Okay, so, yeah. The first years will be on the 3rd floor. Ah, even the first years know about the rumor crap.
Where'd you hear that?
No, it isn't. Mishima. Okay, we've got a few more leads here. Actually, you do know something. Thanks for that.
Do it.
Out of time. So our only leads so far are Mishima and that Suzui person.
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Oh, you were not the person we expected to see here.
It'll be quick. Anyway, what's with you? Like how you were late the other day was a lie and all? There's that weird rumor about you too.
What do you want with him?
Right back at you. You're not even in our class.
We just happened to get to know each other.
What are you planning on doing to Mr. Kamoshida?
Huh? I see. I getcha. You're all buddy-buddy with Kamoshida after all.
This has nothing to do with you, Sakamoto.
If you found out what he's been doing behind your back, you'd dump him right away.
Behind my back? What's that supposed to mean?
You wouldn't get it.
Anyway, people are already talking about you two. I don't know what you're trying to pull, but no one's gonna help you. I'm warning you, just in case. That's all.
I mean, we already knew that. We already knew we were on our own.
Why she gotta be so aggressive all the time? We just went to the same middle school. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. I had no luck on my end. What about you? Did anything like someone's name turn up?
Yeah, we... okay, then. Yeah, we got Mishima.
Huh? Special coaching, huh? True. I always see the guy covered in bruises.
And that was the guy who got hit in the face during the rally.
Let's go talk to him before he leaves then. Hey, got a second?
Just caught him.
Sakamoto? And you too. Come on, we just want to chat. Kamoshida's been coaching you, huh? You sure it's not just physical abuse? Certainly not. What are you talking all polite for? Anyways, we saw him spike you today, right in the face.
That was just because I'm not good at the sport.
I don't know, it almost looks like Mishima just positioned himself in the way of that shot deliberately.
Still, that doesn't explain all the other bruises you've got. They're from practice. Is he forcing you to keep quiet? That's...
What's going on here?
Oh, crap.
Mishima, isn't it time for practice?
And by practice, you mean just punching and kicking him repeatedly.
I'm not feeling well today.
Seems like everyone at school knows to use that excuse around this guy. Remember Arn earlier?
What? Maybe you're better off quitting then. You're never going to improve that crappy form unless you show up to practice.
Didn't you hear? He ain't feeling well.
Well, Mishima, are you coming to practice or not?
I'll go.
As for you, any more trouble and you'll be gone from this school for sure.
Bastard.
Same goes for you. Didn't the principal tell you to keep in line? Just don't get in the way of my practice. All these unsettling rumors are making the students anxious after all.
Yeah, and whose fault is that?
That's your own goddamn fault.
Yeah, you tell him, Ryuji.
This won't get us anywhere. Let's go, Mishima. Shujin Academy is a place where those with aspirations come to learn. Unworthy students like yourselves don't have any right to be here. Get with the program.
Yes, sir.
That asshole. He's gonna pay for this.
There's no point.
Huh?
Proving that he's physically abusing us is meaningless. Everybody knows. The principal, our parents, they all know, and they all keep quiet about it.
Yeah, I get the principal, he's in on all of this, but this is still something that I still find a little hard to believe that the parents wouldn't say anything about this.
This has gotta be a joke.
But I mean, maybe they're just concerned about getting their child potentially expelled from a prestigious school that could get them into a good university.
Don't be a pain. You don't understand what I'm going through. Shouldn't you, of all people, know that nothing's going to help?
Damn it.
If we don't do anything, nothing's gonna change.
I'll try one more time to persuade the other guys. That's all I can do.
In general, on plot nights, you are forced to go to bed. Sometimes you can do other activities in LeBlanc, but this is an absolutely fixed plot night where you are locked out of anything. There's actually a lot of reasons this could be the case. It could be because of the volleyball influencing the school. It could be because they're afraid. This would be the case for the students. I'm not sure so much about the parents. I'm not sure how much he could really go after them, but definitely the students. But this seems somewhat plausible. Something else that I think now might be a good time to bring up is that, and this is another case where yeah, I'm just going off of secondhand knowledge here, but teachers in Japan are to be treated with utmost respect. This would be talking about Mishima here. Something that I find really interesting regarding this, oh, actually not Mishima, An. Yeah. But something I find interesting is that there's this indie horror game called World of Horror, and it's based on early Japanese horror manga by Junji Ito. And in the demo, there is a random event where an obviously demonically possessed substitute teacher asks you to, like, move some boxes for them. And what's interesting is that when they demoed this, demo at sort of major gaming conventions, over 90% of Japanese players agreed to help the teacher, whereas over 90% of Western players refused. There's a law in the Japanese language about showing politeness and respect to seniors, and I will say, in my opinion, that actually does have some advantages. The downsides are what you're seeing right here. The fact that that people can blindly trust authority figures even if they're corrupt or abusive, and that speaking out against abusive authority figures is quite difficult because you are socially obliged to show them respect, and speaking out against them is just something that isn't really kind of fathomed. But, like, in my opinion as well, again, there are pros and cons, because I personally very much dislike just how much Western culture treats the elderly like crap. So I think there needs to be a balance. I don't really know what it's like when it comes to actually talking about, like actually trying to speak out against abusive teachers in Japan, and how... Because I know that's difficult even in Western societies too. Especially since, Especially since a lot of things need to be proven beyond reasonable doubt, and it can be a lot of hassle trying to bring somebody to trial, especially if it involves traumatic abuse, because then people will need to actually speak out about that and be witnesses, and that can always be difficult. But back to the story at hand. Suzui is that girl that we met up with previously, the one who I said is like one of the few people who isn't racist to An. Yeah, Ryuji right now is pretty convinced that An is totally in league with Kamoshida and is not to be trusted, but how true is that? It's up to us to find out.
Shouldn't you be heading to volleyball?
Uh-huh.
Is it just me, or is she more bruised than she was the day before?
That bruise above your eye. Is that from practice too?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. Volleyball's the only thing I can do right. Shouldn't you take that?
It's probably just my part-time job, I think.
I should get going.
Shiho. Are you sure you're okay?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Today won't work. I'm not feeling so good. Sorry. Bye.
Hey, wasn't that Takamaki?
Rumor has it she's dating Kamoshida.
Seriously?
I heard people saw them in his car together.
You know, she seems pretty easy, huh? You think I'd have a chance too?
Come on, dude. You can't go after Kamoshida's bitch.
An has her own unfair rumors to deal with, just like we do.
What? Oh, I'm in the way, aren't I? Sorry. I really am sorry, though. I must have spaced out. look familiar. Could you be that transfer student from Class D? This might not be any of my business, but don't let the rumors get to you, okay? I'm glad to hear that. My best friend is often misunderstood too, all because of her looks.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's not just what those boys were talking about earlier, but as I was mentioning, there's definitely a lot of discrimination around people who are referred to as hafus in Japan, or people of mixed blood.
Sorry. I didn't mean to drag on like that.
Something that I've actually observed is that often mixed-race children get a lot of comments of like, wow, you're so beautiful, and some of the parents are often like, yeah, but you don't say that to any of the other kids. Sometimes things that seem positive can actually still be racist.
Anyway, I have to go to practice. I'll see you around.
Damn it! What the hell? Is that what it looks like? All of them kept saying the same shit Mishima was talking about. Kamoshida had to have told him something.
He may be onto us at this point in the real world, and that's not good.
At this rate, looks like we'll have to go to him directly.
And, well, the last time that happened, I think you lost the use of your legs, so...
I know. But seriously, isn't there something we can do? No way I'm gonna give in like this. Can you think of anything? So you want to tell them about the castle? They'd never believe us.
Besides, everyone else is just too intimidated. They're not going to be witnesses.
Have any other ideas?
This is just kind of... I'm not really sure what he implies by this, but like, maybe we could just sneak into his office, try and find some evidence or anything like that. But I mean, it's not like the guy just keeps a diary lying around saying, "Today I brutally beat my students and enjoyed it."
Oh, that'd be fine if we could do it without getting caught, but if we did, we'd be seriously done for. You got any other ideas? What do we do?
But if you select those two, you get this option.
The king? You mean that other world's Kamoshida? I didn't think of that, but is there any meaning to...
I finally found you!
You say something?
Don't think you can get away with not paying me back for helping you.
Oh, right, so our whole "sorry, real world can't hear you" thing just, you decided to fix that yourself. I know those eyes anywhere.
That voice... Is that you, Morgana?
How dare you up and leaving me the other day?
The cat's talking?
I am not a cat! This is just what happened when I came to this world.
So my earlier theory about you being a human whose will of rebellion looks like a cartoon cat was totally off.
It was a lot of trouble finding you two.
Wait, you came to our world?
What's our school's pets policy? This better just happen to be bring your pet to school day or we're in serious trouble.
Does that mean you've got a phone?
You don't need one when you're at my level. I did get pretty lost making my escape, though.
That aside, why can you talk? You're a cat!
How should I know?
You hearing this too? This is no time to be joking around!
You guys are having a rough time of this, I heard you mention something about witnesses.
Oh, shut up!
You know, I could tell you a thing or two about what to do about Kamoshida. You were pretty close just a moment ago.
God, that condescending attitude. This thing's gotta be Morgana.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of comments pointing out how a lot of things Morgana says aren't exactly endearing early on, but it is kind of intentional.
You were still doubting me?
Yeah, quiet down!
We really have to be looking for a cat in a busy time like this?
Oh, right. Yeah, we are in trouble.
I just heard a meow somewhere near here. Didn't you hear it?
Make sure you check every nook and cranny around.
Oh, no, that was just my cat impression. Meow, meow, meow.
Meow? Does that mean only us two can understand what you're saying?
Looks like it.
What the hell's going on? Anyways, what you were talking about earlier, is it for real?
You're quite the skeptic for being an idiot.
I don't know why, but there's just something kind of oddly funny and charming about this line.
Hey, tell us more. Then again, this probably ain't the best place. Here, stick it in your bag for now. It should be just small enough to fit.
Hey, how dare you treat me like... Don't be so rough with me.
And so, we now have a cat.
Enough of that.
I'll just mention that, like, I mean, the cartoon form in the metaverse doesn't really do it for me, but I am a cat lover, so I really like real-world Morgana's appearance.
You said you know how we can do something about Kamoshida, right?
It has to do with what this guy was talking about earlier. You'll need to attack his castle.
What do you mean?
That castle is how Kamoshida views this school. He doesn't realize what happens in there, but it's deeply connected to the depths of his heart. Thus, if the castle disappears, it would naturally impact the real Kamoshida.
It would mean that he wouldn't view the real school that way anymore?
What'd happen?
A palace is a manifestation of a person's distorted desires. So, if that castle were no more... Precisely. You sure pick up things fast.
For real? He's gonna turn good? But is that really getting back at him?
Erasing a palace essentially means forcing the owner to have a change of heart. However, even though their warped wants disappear, the crimes they committed remain. Kamoshida will become unable to bear the weight of those crimes, and he'll confess them himself.
That's awfully convenient for what we want to do.
You for real? That's possible?
And since the palace will no longer exist, he'll forget what we did there as well.
I mean, he doesn't even know what we did there anyway.
Not only will we be able to bring Kamoshida down, but there won't even be a trace of our involvement.
That's amazing! You are one incredible cat!
Why do I get the feeling there's some catch coming up?
True, except for the cat part.
So, how do we get rid of the palace?
By stealing the treasure held within.
Stealing?
I'll tell you more once you agree to go ahead with this. It's my most valuable secret plan, after all.
I mean, we shouldn't really agree to something unless we know completely what we're getting into.
If you want to help me out, I'll gladly teach you. What's your call?
But there's really no other option at this point.
Our luck's running dry looking for witnesses. Guess we have no choice but to go along.
Good. Oh, right. There's one more thing I should tell you. If we erase a palace, there is no doubt that the person's distorted desires will be erased as well. But desires are what we all need in order to survive.
And I guess here's that catch.
The will to sleep, eat, fall in love. Those sorts of things.
What are you getting at?
If all of those yearnings were to vanish, they'd be no different than someone who is shut down entirely. They may even die if they're not given proper care. So...
They might die?
will you listen to everything I have to say first?
Would their death be our fault?
Aren't you determined enough to face those kinds of risks?
So, basically, we're going inside Kamoshida's head and kinda crossing some wires and messing with things. The risk is that we could accidentally break him, basically. And not only would that make us murderers, but also he'd never be able to confess anything, and yeah, that would just be completely wrong on every level.
Hey, what do you think? So,
yeah, it's definitely a risk. We'd have to be very, very careful how we go about this. There's actually something in Psychonauts 2 this really reminds me of, but that game came after this one.
For real?
Sheesh. I come all this way and this is what I get. It's not like anyone will ever find out.
That's not the point. If we just go around secretly doing whatever we want, we'd be no better than that effing Kamoshida.
Isn't this your only option? I'll come back later. Make sure you've made your decision by then.
Man, we're getting all worked up for nothing. Damn it. I'll try and see if I can figure out another way. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely understand their apprehension over this, and we are only amateur mind delvers at this point. There is every possibility, like even with Morgana's help, that we could accidentally just break something inside his mind that we really shouldn't be messing with, and then that could get really, really bad. As awful as he is, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of risks for going about this the wrong way. Oh, you've known Suzui too. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. I'm pretty sure he's nobody's type. Okay, yeah, I guess we should listen into some rumors then. Yeah, that's kind of the understatement of the year. I really love her voice acting during that whole scene. Like, you can really tell just how unsettled she is and just how much she's trying to blow him off as best she can without, you know, making him completely, you know, suspicious. Because, I mean, if she, you know, rejected him outright, who knows what would happen. One of those? Oh, okay, those, you know, rampage incidents. Almost normal. Well, I mean, we heard that people lose it during interrogations, but we didn't hear that you just shut down right afterwards. Yeah, and that's just the thing, like, sometimes, getting a recommendation and, you know, being set for life for being at a good college or university. New favorite girl list, that's not good, especially given those bruises she has. Ugh, and as they're noticing, so I mean, some people kind of realize what's going on. Obediently, I only just noticed that, obediently return home. Oh, okay, I thought we'd never really hear that again, since we'll be mostly fast traveling from now on, but, so apparently, those lines you're hearing from the train announcer, now's really not the time to be talking about this, but apparently, also this line is disturbing, apparently that is Ray Chase, and this line as the train announcer, like, his part as that is apparently pretty mimetic. Ah yes, that girl with a ponytail. We've seen her on the train before. Oh, if you're traumatized by that video, you probably shouldn't play Devil Survivor 2. Yeah. And yet more context on what happens there. A lot of pain. Ugh. Just notice that we are perfectly hidden behind this pillar. Not anymore.
Platform number 2, service to Asakusa is departing soon. Please watch your step.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone here is getting just pressured constantly. You know, it's always that whole, you know, flying is the safest way to travel thing, but whenever there's a major accident, everyone's just freaked out to do it again. No, I want to talk to those two, not examine. Okay, yeah, it needs to go a little further. I do like how, like, they kind of justify this whole RPG talking to people as listening in on their conversations rather than just actually going up to them and going, "Hi, I am a protagonist, you must talk to me now."